Hello everyone, welcome back to Cloud BI Academy. Let me ask you one question. Have you ever copied the same code again and again, like logging, validation, or for timing? Or in interview, someone asked you what is a decorator in Python, and you only remembered at the rate something in our mind, but couldn't explain. So today, I promise you something. Not only you will understand decorators, you will think like a Python developer. Let's start from zero and build it step by step. So, before decorators, we must understand one powerful rule in Python. So, functions are first class object. It explains stored in variable, passed as argument, returned from another function. So, let's see this practically. So, first example function as object. So, if we using function as object, so this is the syntax for. And now look carefully at output. This mean this output means Python is not executing function. It is showing functions memory reference. Why important? Because now function behaves like data. So this is the example of function as object. Now let's assign function. So for that one, we pass as a say greet, print say. Okay. So why we did this? Because if function is object and we can store it like variable, it means function as object and store like we can store it like variable. So internally what happening here? Internally it is say for I can show that one. Say is equal to greet. It means say is pointing to greet and executing greet here. So this is the assigning function. Now next thing is pass function. So for passing the function, why we are passing function? First we understand. So because decorator work on this concept, passing function into another function. So this is the example of passing function, pass function. Okay. So here we getting the, I can show you clear output, executing function. Only I can run that one part. So here we have getting this output. So because decorator work on this concept, so passing function into another function. Next important thing, understand nested function. Now next step we go deeper. Why we use inner function? So answer is that to control behavior inside another function. So let's write some syntax here. def outer. Here we have print outer function started, and def inner for print inner function started. So basically it is control the behavior inside another function. So let's run that one, and we are getting output outer function is started and inner function is running. So this is the nested function. Basically it is helping to building blocks. Okay. Now we this is very important for decorators, return function. So for return function we can understand this concept. So here if you go through with, here we have defined outer inner, here we have written. Okay, so go step by step. First outer run, second it return inner function. Okay, and in third step function now hold inner, and function then function execute inner. So let's understand this concept. We are getting return function. Why this matter? Because decorator is equal to function returning function. So now finally decorator. A decorator is a function that wrap another function to extend its behavior. For example, think you ordered coffee. So decorator basically adding sugar, milk, chocolate without changing coffee. So let's create decorator manually. So this is the example. Okay. So original function come here in line number one. Next function add extra behavior, and that is called wrapper. Okay. Next is function that is calling original function, line number 4, and return wrapper is returning modified version. Now we apply decorator manually. So for that one, so say hello, basically we passed into decorator, and decorator returns wrapper, and wrapper runs. So we are getting this output. Now I can show you something. So here you can easily understand that. So this is the core idea of decorator. Again, I can repeat here. So this function is original functions come here. Okay, whatever function we have created. Then wrapper, it is basically new function, add extra behavior. So here we have adding extra behavior. Then again we use the function that is calling original function, and then we return wrapper. So returning modified version. And here you what understand, say hello basically it is a passed into decorator, and decorator return wrapper, and wrapper runs, so we getting these output before execution, hello, after execution. So now important point related to the interview. So internally this means greet is equal to my decorator greet, output same as behavior. So tell me in comment which one is easier, manual or at the rate syntax. So this okay. So this is understanding the help. Now real world functions have parameters, so decorator must support them. For example, so this is the syntax to understand if we passing decorator with parameters. Okay, so if I run that one, okay. So why star args and double star kwargs? Because we don't know how many argument function will take. Now let's build something used in companies. So here we have creating a code for the timing. So here we have capture start time capturing, then our function run, then in time capturing, and whatever difference we have getting, that we are printing here. So this is the code related to. If you go to the syntax, so here we have importing time, import time. Okay, starting we have capturing, end we have capturing. In line number 5 we are capturing start time, in line number in 9 we are capturing end time. So here we are getting the execution time and task completed. So basically used in performance monitoring, APIs, ETL jobs. Now real world security example we can understand. So this is related to the time. This is related to authentication, or we can say that one security example. So if you go through with that, here we have creating an authentication function using wrapper, user provide admin, and if it is not matching, then we return that. So for example, I can. So basically, this code is using in login system for our APIs web apps, and if I run here, so welcome admin access denied. Why? Because here we have put the, we are getting else part. So if interviewer asks answer like this, decorator, it means function modifying another function, uses closer, uses star args, double star kwargs, and real use logging, authentication, caching, timing. So today you didn't just learn decorators, you learned how Python thinks. If this helped you, like, comment, decorator done, subscribe for next video.